And we're back here watching Sports Federation TV from the high adrenaline world of kiteboarding to a new exciting billiard sports that's entered the scene. Vincent Halliday is joining me now, and he is not only a cueist but also a promoter of this new billiard sport that has entered under the South African Confederation of Cue Sports. Join me in welcoming Vincent. Hi, Vincent.
Hi, how are you?
Well, the cue sport world is abuzz now with Chinese 8-ball. Hey.
Well, they've brought in quite a big bang to South Africa. First of all, we brought in a few tables to spread a few mini qualifiers, and our winner will go and compete overseas for big bucks, around 200,000 to up to R1 million in each tournament. We've started out with mini qualifiers, and they're bringing good big news. After I'll tell you about that.
All right. How did the sport, I mean, Chinese 8-ball, and people go, whoa, what's that? I mean, we've got 9-ball, we've got 10-ball, carom, snooker, and most people know black ball already. How is the sport different from those?
Well, first of all, it's a hybrid sport. It is for every cueist out there. If you play 9-ball, you can play with your 9-ball cue on the Chinese 8-ball table. If you play snooker, you can play with your snooker cue. Pool, whatever you play, you can suit in it. The reason why the game is so difficult, the pockets are very tight and the balls are quite bigger than your normal black ball or your snooker ball. So the skill level on the game really suits the better player, but you don't always have to finish. You can also start playing safeties and tactical on that side. So for me, the Chinese 8-ball is the ultimate cue sport game.
Now, Chinese 8-ball is in its infancy in this country. How did it become a code here as well?
Well, basically, we brought it in a year ago, starting out with our mini qualifiers for the winner to go and compete in China every second month. So we're sending over players 5 times a year and once a year for a big one. The big one is around R2 million, and that really attracts a lot of players, the prize money.
Right.
Well, obviously they are investing a lot into Chinese 8-ball, and they are starting to invest in South Africa now as well.
All right. So it's you would say then that the pull is the benefits of playing this cue sport specifically. You're kind of offering more.
Well, no cue sport in South Africa can match what we are offering at the moment. It is way too big to ignore.
So the opportunity for travel and the opportunity to, well, hit it big if you win.
Well, soon it will become monthly. Hopefully we can do it twice a month, so you can really start making a brilliant income playing Chinese 8-ball.
What's the plan now for Western Cape and South Africa at large?
Well, I've got great news for South Africa and for the cue sport players. Chinese 8-ball Joy has decided to invest 100 tables into South Africa and put on a car for every month, to win a car every month. So that is huge. That's 12 cars a year.
So every month the top cueists will have an opportunity to win a car.
To ride away with his car.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Well, better than that you can't get for cue sports. Definitely not in South Africa. That side said 12 cars per year. That's without mini qualifiers. So if you win a main qualifier, you will also go to China to compete for about a R5 million tour.
5 million rand.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I guess it makes sense then why the cue sport world is abuzz with Chinese 8-ball. So recently you've also had some events. Can you talk us through some of the highlights of those events?
We had a big event at the Arnold Classics. Most people know the Arnold Classics. Arnold Schwarzenegger was there to visit us as well. That was a highlight of the point. It was a great tournament. A lot of players came to support it. Wetsi Meraki won that tournament, and he'll be playing in end of this year for R2 million. Getting a spot, fully paid trip. You don't pay for anything. Halliday Promotions pays and Joy pays for the whole trip.
Wow. Well, Wetsi Meraki is a name we've heard on the show before. He also excels in black ball. Hey.
He is. We've got a few black ball players coming through now. For a while, Richard Halliday and myself has dominated the game. We tried to bring in more top players from the different QS sports, and finally they're starting to compete and see that it's a field and up for grabs for everyone. If you're a great QS, you can also start winning it. Just get used to the tables, and that happens quickly. Because it's a hybrid game, you can immediately adapt.
Are women also playing this code?
Women is also playing. So far, Nicola is standing out. How it works is basically, if you're a woman or a junior at the moment, you get 1 ball advantage. So this means if you finish your stripe balls or your solid balls, you can the referee will pick up your last ball and drop it into the pocket. So you're only playing 6 of your nominated balls and the black. So this is a big advantage for ladies and juniors to compete with your open men.
How are the players being ranked in this sport?
Well, how we're ranking the players at the moment is if you play in all our competitions. So if you win, you'll get certain bonus points if you win a tournament, but per match you win, you will also receive points.
Sure. And currently, which players are dominating?
Well, for now on the rankings, Richard and Willie dominated it for a while. As myself, I was ranked number 2, Richard ranked number 1. And now Wetu will also move up in the rankings after his title win. He won the first South African Chinese 8-ball championships in South Africa.
Right. So for those people, budding Qists, people who are actively participating in billiard sports, and maybe those who packed away their cues and are considering playing again, where can they get more information on the rules of the game? And is there a place or a website that they can maybe watch current matches and tournaments?
Well, if they can follow our Facebook page, Chinese 8-Ball Masters South Africa, that will really open any information that they need. Any questions or queries they have, they can find it on the page. We upload all our matches, live stream our matches. Any questions they can have, there's great advertisement on the page as well. We also have a website, Halliday Promotions. You can find info on that website as well.
All right. And registrations for the sport?
Registrations is a Q Sport registration fee that will be paid from next year. So it's one payment they make per year. Shouldn't be high, should probably be around 300 Rand for the whole year, and that will be entitled so you can enter all events all around the Q Sports.
Wow, Vincent, that's amazing. Thank you for coming and telling us about the new sport. I mean, with the opportunity to win a car every month and go overseas and play for, what did you say, 5 million?
It's a 5 million tour basically, and Joy has promised to up their prize money every year. It went up with about 20% this year. Every year they do, and they keep to their promises.
Okay. Currently, which provinces are most active in the sport?
The most active, I would say, is Pretoria at the moment, because they are the most tables, and your main events will be there as well. On all your mini qualifiers that you win, we are hosting mini qualifiers in Cape Town, Durban. We've got in Ermelo, Secunda, so it's all over the country at the moment, spreading quite big. So your winners from each pool will get back to Pretoria to play for the main qualifier. At the moment, that's where it is. But with the car competition, we are going to spread it to each casino, local casino, from Western Cape to Durban, to Pretoria, to Johannesburg, all over South Africa. So every car will be in a different province.
Well, watch out, Gauteng, because once those tables arrive in the Western Cape, it's going to be anyone's game. Hey.
Yes,
all
definitely.
Right. Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure the billiard world they can't wait.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, folks, that's all we have time for today. Remember that if you want to win that case of assorted Bashers drinks, all you need to do is SMS Bashers to 33090. That's Bashers to 33090. Our show is broadcast every Friday night at 9 p.m. and repeated on Saturday at 8 a.m. Whoever you are, I hope you find a sport that is just perfect for you. From me and the team here at Sports Federation TV, Have a wonderful weekend. Whatever sport you're playing this weekend, lekker speel.